All right, we still have not gotten the parts from the guy for the TRX700. Unfortunately, I paid the guy like close to $1,000 in parts, and I've been messaging him pretty much every day trying to get him to send the parts, and he just has not sent them. So instead of waiting on this thing to get fixed, we bought a different one. Let's go check it out, Vin. We just got it back home. I was itching to ride one, so I figured why not just buy a different one. So here it is. 2008 Honda TRX700xx. Thing runs and drives. Paid $3,500 for it. He had it up for $45 and he came down to $35. He had to pay off some debts. He just bought a brand new KTM, so yeah, we got this beast. So we're gonna be testing this thing out today. We'll see what it can do. These things are supposed to be one of the fastest quads ever made. Hitting speeds close to 90 miles an hour, which is extremely fast for a quad. They are heavy though, sitting at like 500 pounds. So they're pretty beefy. But this one's in good shape, no leaking. Engine looks good. It's just a little dirty, so we'll have to wipe it off, but not a bad looking quad. It's got the LED light bar in the front. Nice rack in the back. PMAATV.com. Looks like it's got stock exhaust. He said he put a different clutch in it, but besides that, it's pretty much all stock. Vinny, come on. There he comes. Thing is an absolute tank. Forgot how big these things were. It's just massive. Alright, so this is it. Thing's pretty clean. It's not too bad for 2008. It's all complete, all there. He did put a new bicycle piston in it. He said just for preventative maintenance. The old one looked really good. He showed me the old one. No problems with the old one at all. But he figured he'd put a new piston in if he was going to do the rings. So he did that, and then that clutch. So he said this thing runs great, drives great. No issues at all. Key is down here. This thing's fuel injected. It's a bright light. Clutch feels smooth. Brakes all work. Brake lights work. Yeah, this thing should be good to go. There shouldn't be any issues with it. And paying $3,500, it is a lot for it, but I've seen them go for $5,000, so it's not too bad. If you guys remember that one, I think I paid close to $2,000 for the one that was blown up. And the damage on that one was just so severe. You can see it. And these have a lot of problems with blowing the top ends out. But look at that piston. And on the cylinder, The cylinder was cracked, yeah, right there. You can see the big crack in it. Everything was junk on this thing. So, I ordered up a brand new top end kit for the other one. Big bore, new cam, everything. New cylinder, new piston, new valves, and the guy never sent the parts. So, once we get the parts for that one, we'll do a little race and see if the aftermarket big bore kit with new valves and the new cam can outrun the stock one. It should, but now we'll be able to tell the power difference because I've never ridden one of these before. So now this one's pretty much stock, so we can kind of feel what a stock one feels like. Let's take a look at the air filter first before starting this thing up, just to make sure it's all cleaned up and ready to go. The clean down here. Looks like there's a little toolbox right here too. Let's see what's in here. Tire gauge, screwdriver, spark plug wrench, and screwdriver. So not a whole lot in there, but look in the air box. Oh yeah, that's pretty clean. It's oiled up nice. Sweet. This guy actually took care of his quad. A lot of people don't, but he seemed to do regular maintenance on it, so that was nice to hear. He also said he did oil change on this thing last fall, and the oil is right here on the right side of the machine. At least the dipstick is. Alright, let's see what we got in there. He said he hasn't really ridden this thing at all since last fall. Yeah, that looks like brand new oil. So, halfway up the stick there, and that oil looks really clear. Look at that. Nice. We might not have to do anything to this thing, which is kind of rare. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, oil checks out. So the radiator cap is on this side of the machine. You have to take off this shroud piece of plastic right here to get access to that cooling cap. So let's get that off there. Thing came off. Just see if there's anything in there. We might have to top it off if it's not. Assuming it is, if he rebuilt the top end, and yep, coolant is perfect. So this guy actually took care of his machine. Alright, let's see if there's any gas in here. Oh, it's almost filled up to the top. Sweet. Alright, plenty of gas. This thing's fuel injected, so it should be pretty easy starting. Let's see. This thing's on. So we're good to go there. Let's see if she fires up. Key. Fired right up. He said to let it warm up for at least a couple minutes. It's a little cold-blooded. In the cold, he said, so. Let this thing warm up for a bit. No smoking, that's a good sign. it sounds like it's running perfect. No issues there. Starts right up, revs out. This machine is unique because it has the independent rear suspension. I think this is the first Honda machine that had that. So you can see 2 different axles there. And they're supposed to absorb a lot of bumps and whoops, and it's supposed to be pretty smooth riding this thing, so we'll see today. It'll be nice on the field because it's pretty bumpy out there. We'll be able to test it out pretty good. But it does add some weight to the machine. Alright, I always like to check the bottom of the engine as well for any leaking or cracks or anything that's up with the cases. Looks super dry down here. Doesn't look like anything's been leaking at all. Just a little dirty from, I think, riding it, but other than that, it's pretty clean. So we shouldn't have any problems here. Hey Ben, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ben? Hey buddy. Hey. You wanna go riding? You buddy. You like it? What do you think? All right, I think we're all ready for the first ride. So first ride on the 2008 Honda TRX700xx coming up. All right, made it out to the land here. Let's give this thing a test. We're gonna go hard on it today. I don't care if we break it. We're gonna test this thing out and see how this thing performs compared to other quads. I've pretty much ridden every other quad, so we'll see. That battery feels a little weak. I wonder if the charging system's not working on it. Maybe it just needs to be ridden. All right, here we go. First ride ever on the TRX700xx. I've waited almost 5 months now for this first ride, and I wish we could have rebuilt the other one, but at least we've got one to ride now. Let's see what it can do. Supposedly this thing's supposed to wheelie like every gear. We'll see. Oh yeah, she's got some power. No doubt about that. Woo! That is fun. Suspension feels pretty good. Wow, she flies. See what happens when I punch the throttle here. Holy cow! That has a high top speed. That is a quick machine here. Cornering's really nice too on it. Just like floats right over the ruts and everything. I like it so far, I really do. That is really fast. That's really fast. Woo, good thing the brakes work. Thing pulls hard too. Oh yeah. Alright, so supposedly with this machine, you really can't whip out the tail end because it's got the independent rear suspensions. See if we can kick up some dirt here. Yeah, it's really hard to do. Both wheels are spinning in the back.
This thing is really good for trail riding. You can take those sharp corners because you have that independent rear suspension. It's pretty nice. And you've got that instant throttle response as well. Woohoo! Just flying though. So much fun. Let's see how it does across the rough terrain. It's really nice riding on this stuff. Suspension on this thing is like really nice. I don't feel any bumps. I know, like with a TRX 450R or a YFZ 450, they're gonna feel a lot of bumps, even with aftermarket suspension. Thing corners amazingly though. Corners so well. You can get nice tight corners on this thing. Look at that. not a very big jump, but it's really smooth. Just kind of absorbs it, you know? It's like it's nothing. That's a little bit better jump right there. Alright, so far this thing is doing awesome. No issues whatsoever. Tons of power, instant power. It's great through the trails. Just ripping up the trails, no issues. Takes turns super sharp. Really grabs. I actually like the independent rear suspension. It's super smooth. It's just an all-around really good machine, and it's not like overly powerful to the point where you can't hold on, but you know, it's got just enough power to where you can just pretty much do whatever you want with it. I'm sure the big bore with a cam and valves and porting, this thing would just be absolutely insane, you know. But being 500 pounds, it's super smooth on the trails. You can't really feel any bumps. It doesn't really whip you around too much. So if you're looking for something super stable and super smooth, this might be the machine for you. And it's got tons of power. I mean, pretty much all the power you need. So this one is up there with one of my favorite machines for sure. It's just really snappy, powerful, and smooth. I like the smoothness of it, and I'm sure anyone that's owned one can say the same thing. You don't really feel any bumps, you don't really feel the corners. It just kind of hovers right over, and I think that's due to the independent rear suspension in the back. So that's it for this video. I think next video on this thing, we're going to be doing a top speed run. I want to see how fast these things go. Some people say in the 80s, some people say in the 90s, so we will figure that out next video. Stay tuned for that one, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next one, and until next time, we are out.